setting here at the Plymouth Pavilions for the 1996 British Open. It's a beautiful day outside, but despite that, a very good crowd in here indeed, and they've been treated to some excellent snooker already today. Let's just check up on what's happened so far today here in the British Open, and these are the results that we've had so far. Nigel Bond was in really impressive form against Dean O'Kane. They started at 10 o'clock. It took him just 98 minutes, included a century break and a 70+. It really was a fine performance by Nigel Bond, the first man through to round 3. Bond, of course, runner-up in the World Championships last year to Stephen Hendry. Steve Davis beaten by Mark Johnston Allen. Mark said he couldn't sleep the night before. It was his first match ever against Steve Davis, but he showed he had the temperament for the big time once again by beating the former world champion 5-2. Stephen Hendry, absolutely superb against Terry Murphy, running in big break after big break. Terry Murphy had pushed him hard in Thailand. In fact, it needed a deciding frame there, but that wasn't the case today. Hendry giving him virtually no opportunities. 5-1 then, Stephen Hendry through. And Darren Morgan, well, that match going on at the moment. Darren, who's had a hectic schedule recently, winning in Ireland in the early hours of Monday morning, really, flying back from there at the crack of dawn to play here on Monday afternoon. But now he's playing Martin Clark in his second round match, and Clark is 2 frames to the good, winning that second frame with a break of 103. That's what's happened so far. What's about to happen is James Wattana is going to take on Tony Knowles. Tony Knowles, who is now provisionally down to 43 in the world. Remember, he was once number 2 in the world. 40 years of age now. He's been a pro for some 16 years. There he is. And James Wattana, who himself, by his own high standards, has had a very disappointing season indeed, provisionally down to 11th, 26 years of age. Now officially he's still ranked 5, but really needs to recapture the form that once made us think that he was a potential future world champion. Wattana against Knowles then in round 2. Let's join our commentators for this one, Phil Yates and Les Dodd.
Thanks, Jeff. James Wattana, a 5-2 winner over Grimsby's Carl Broughton in the first round. But that was a very flattering scoreline, you know, because he won 1 frame on the black after needing a snooker on the blue, and 2 others after recovering from 40-point deficits. Didn't play at his best there, although he showed signs of a return to form by reaching the quarter-final of the Thailand Open in his native Bangkok last month. With me, Les Dodd, and I'm sure, Les, you'll agree, Tony Knowles has got a chance of an upset here.
Yes, I think so, Phil. He didn't have a good World Championship, lost narrowly 10-9 to Drew Henry. But I think Tony's an experienced player, and I think he'll give it his best shot. Quietly confident, I think, Tony.
Yes, in the first round, Tony Knowles beat a man in form. He beat Jimmy Mitchie 5-3. And, of course, Mitchie was the man responsible for the surprise elimination of Andy Hicks from the World Championship. Hicks, of course, a semi-finalist at the Crucible last year, expected to return there again later this month. Instead, though, Mitchie beat him in the final qualifying round at Telford a couple of weeks ago. So just about to get underway. Referee John Williams, I think, was waiting for the Sky Sports logo to be removed from the table. And Wattana has made a good break-off shot. Tony Knowles really has had a season to forget. 24th in the rankings when he started, now down to 43rd, certain to lose his top 32 place next season. Well, that's a good way to start.
Yes, I think he wished he played position now, Phil. That's a clever little shot, leaving James Chinese over the green. There's a possibility of that end red going into the corner pocket. Tony will find himself on the black if he pots it.
One.
Very unusual cueing action, Tony, hasn't he, Phil? Effective, though, when he's feeling good.
Yes, Les, of course, responsible for one of the most amazing scorelines in snooker history. The 1982 World Championship, the first day, he beat Steve Davis, the defending champion, by 10 frames to 1 in the first round.
$16. 17.
Well, Tony's the player getting into a rhythm first, Phil. This could be very important in a 9-frame match.
$24.
Twice a winner of world ranking events, although quite some time ago now. The 1982 Jameson International champion. The following year, he won the Professional Players Tournament. A former world #2 who struggled to find top form in recent years.
$25.
Good opportunity here to pot the black and smash into the back. See if he can leave himself a few reds. Oh, look at the power in that shot, Phil. Really caught that one.
Yes, the key to it, he cued through it. Look at the follow-through. That's how he generated the power, and that's how the break looks like continuing.
$33.
Possibility of potting the blue and cannon to the 2 reds to the right of the pink to leave himself the other red in the corner pocket.
Maybe Les, spotted a plant.
38.
The 2 reds at the apex of the bunch.
$39.
Yes, sometimes, Phil, commentator's eye doesn't beat a snooker player's eye.
Tony Knowles, one of snooker's glamour boys. 40 this year, Les.
I hate to prove you wrong, Phil, but he's the same age as me, 42.
Carries his years well, though, doesn't he? Hope I look like that when I'm 42. I'll need some plastic surgery.
46. 53. $54. 61. 62. Yeah.
Well, with 67 on the
67.
table, Tony's 67 in front, just needs this red.
68.
And this is an excellent start by Tony Knowles. Never really been out of position in this break.
$75. 76.
Well, it now remains to be seen whether we can see back-to-back centuries here on Sky Sports Live from two different players. Martin Clark had a 103 clearance in the previous frame we were watching. Now Tony Knowles also approaching the three-figure mark.
82.
Yes, and once again, Phil, Tony's never really been out of position with this break. He's always been about a foot behind the object ball when he's potting it. Nice to watch.
90.
On paper, Watana
91.
was a warm favourite before the start, but anyone who thought this was going to be a walkover had better think again. Knowles has got a great pedigree in this game, hasn't played well of late.
98.
But while form might be temporary, class is permanent.
99.
Tony's looking at the possibility of running the white round the table. Choosing to take the more difficult pink to gain perfect position on the yellow.
Well, sacrifices the century for ideal position and a possible clearance, but what a good start from Tony Knowles. In 99 break, comprehensively, he wins the opening frame. It's not just the seagulls that are flying here at Plymouth. Tony Knowles has begun his match against James Wattana with a 99 break. And another player who's chalking up on a sizable contribution is Dave Harold over on table 2 against Mick Price. The first frame of that match, already Harold on a break of 89. And the way the balls are positioned, Les, you've got to think this is a great chance for a total clearance. If he takes 2 reds and 2 blacks and all the colours, that will be a 139, which will equal Andy Hicks's effort in the first round as the highest break of the tournament so far.
And we'll find out whether he's aware of that fact, Phil. See what he plays for when he puts the last red.
Can't help feeling what a comparison between this tournament so far and the one we saw down at Swindon in the International Open. All the big names struggling. The standard of snooker, while gripping, was certainly not as high as this. And now century breaks flowing thick and fast. No chance of the highest break, but still the possibility of that total clearance.
109.
They've just broken off on the main match table, of course. We'll keep you right up to date with that one. We'll be back there in a few minutes, in fact. But let's just see if Dave Harold can clear the table.
180.
The 1993 Asian Open champion had a terrible start to the season, lost in the first round of the first 4 world ranking events, totally devoid of confidence, went to the Regal Welsh, reached the semi-finals and hasn't looked back since.
129.
On the way to the semi-finals there, of course, beat Stephen Hendry.
126.
Hasn't beaten Mick Price yet, but what a good start. A total clearance from Dave Harold. He's clearly right in the groove. Clearance from Dave Harold. He's clearly right in the groove. Now back to the main match table. Knowles against Wattana.
Yes, and the match has been going on for 12 minutes, Phil, and James hasn't potted a ball yet. Once again involved in a tactical battle.
Just to say, over on table 3, we saw Martin Clark take a 2-0 lead over Darren Morgan. It's now 2-1. The Welshman wins frame 3.
And this looks like an excellent safety shot by James. I think we'll see Tony come off the side cushion and try and nestle into the loose red of the back, or the 3 reds on the back cushion here. Pace is very important in this shot.
Foul. James Watana, 4.
No miscalls, Phil. That's unbelievable. 15 reds, he's not hit one, and the referee's not said a miss.
Doesn't make sense to me, Les. And you can't claim it's because of lack of experience. The man in charge, probably the most experienced referee here at the tournament, John Williams. He's refereed World Championship finals. A very capable official. On that instance, though, I think he got it wrong.
Yes, absolutely agree with you, Phil.
Usually such a reliable middle pocket potter, but that was tough. Maybe the red was just affected slightly by the nap. Caught that near jaw. And just stayed out.
1.
Yes, he's going to pay the price for that risky red into the centre. Tony's right in amongst the balls now with the black begging. Very noticeable, Phil, that Tony's taking a lot more time around the table. Normally he's flying, but now he's really taking his time. I
9.
think he's got the bit between his teeth. I think he fancies this match now.
Yes, his last chance of the season to make an impact. Out of the World Championship, of course. Beaten 10-8 by Drew Henry in the final qualifying round. 43rd in the provisional rankings. No way really he can stay in the top 32 next season, which means an extended visit to Blackpool in the summer.
17.
A venue he's on record as saying he hates.
Yes, I think a few of us have got the same agreement with Tony. Plenty of seagulls at Blackpool, though.
Looking to reach the last 16 of a ranking event for the first time this season, in fact. Best previous performances, last 32 of the UK Championship, and the same stage
21.
of the Thailand Open.
Might just be able to pop this red and find a gap between the black and the two reds on the back cushion and still stay for the black. And chose to pot it with a lot of right-hand screw to check the white on the cushion, but it didn't check very much for Tony. Not the best angle on the black for him. It's a long straight red into the yellow pocket now.
36.
Well, he's not missing many, Phil, is he?
Tremendous start. And one has to say unexpected. Haven't seen him play this well for quite some time.
Take a bit more curve with this, because that red on the side rail's hampering his bridge hand. Clean as a whistle. There's a possibility of a plant. He's looking at it.
44.
A plant in the first frame helped him continue that 99 break. Fulfills the same function here, Les.
Yes, tremendous shot, Phil. And that wasn't a straightforward plant, that. That had to be made.
The pink came perilously close to going in the middle.